and to make a difference through public action while constantly challenging the status quo. Andrade paid a high price for his independence. He was expelled for dubious reasons from the political institution he helped create just before the independence of Angola. He maintained his dignity. From him I got to know about depth, leading from behind, and appreciating success even when others claim authorship of ideas one helped shape. These two influencers prepared me for a third life-marking experience, working with the first Black United Nations Secretary General, Kofi Annan, in the last period of his second and final mandate. As his political director for a bit less than 2 years, I am still surprised how much impact that relatively short space of time had on my personality and behavior. He taught me that the capacities of prediction and persuasion are one and the same. One should never feel one is right, but rather expect that one can anticipate what is right and move ahead and pull as many actors as possible in such a direction. Mistakes and failures are part of such an attitude to life. However, the rewards can be impressive. I am mentioning these 3 sources of inspiration to better situate why I think radical transformational leadership is special for me and hopefully for many more readers interested in social change. Monica Sharma adds to the debate on leadership the notion of radicalism. It may shock some with calmer minds to think that leadership can be radical in its quest for transformation. They will most likely feel differently after reading the book. This is not merely an essay. It is a manual to inspire change agents and younger people to feel passionate about their goals and objectives, grounded in a deep knowledge of the concepts, experiences, and contexts that mark our times. We tend to think the current moment is the defining time, either for the quest for happiness or for the worst crisis period ever experienced. In today's style, we argue these extremes with myriad statistics, data comparisons, and elaborate theories, even with algorithms. Radical transformational leadership helps us navigate through the current challenging times in a unique way. For someone like me, engaged with government, business, and academic institutions, as well as young activists for social change, this book is a treasure trove of insights that have the merit of combining substance with practical advice. The humbleness of my father, the defiance of Andrade, and the persuasion of Annan, as well as many other attributes of remarkable leaders, are present in Monica's work. But it's not just that. What she brings is texture to this debate, a capacity to combine many elements of life that can propel agents of change to transform our world. It is not a simple moment, the one we currently experience, when the power of regulation is escaping our governments, the speed of information escapes media houses, street activism escapes political parties, religious programs escape faith leaders, technology betrays economists' notions of productivity, or children learn about almost everything from sources other than their parents or teachers. Yet it is also a moment when leadership for social change is being offered opportunities that never could have been envisioned before. Inspiration from historical figures serves as a moral compass and dignified value system. Monica Sharma shows us more. She presents a leadership that needs to consider the reality of shrinking time and space, new life horizons, and of course estimate the future that create utopias rather than myopias. It is leadership where ordinary people contribute to extraordinary change. It is stewardship of countries and our Earth at every echelon. The world can no longer be happy with what Ayelet Shara has described as the birthright lottery. Most people acquire citizenship by where they are born, and that in turn often defines what chances they will have and what lives they can afford. The very concept of human development is a recess of this flattened global view. It is about increasing opportunities for people to live longer, healthier, and wealthier, while expanding their horizons and making informed choices. The world needs an architecture for equitable and sustainable results that, as Monica explains, require going deep into our innate capacities. We need them to construct a unique, radical response that will completely change the usual approaches.